In today's episode, I'm going to channel the witty banter of Kevin Smith and break down the importance and comfort of this classic movie. And hopefully in record time. Let's go.
Shit, if I had known you were here, I'd have come even later.
Clerks is the 1994 writing-directing debut of famous fanboy Kevin Smith, and the birth of one of the earliest known cinematic universes. But why is it so damn nostalgic? Well, we're gonna get into it, but first... It follows Dante, played by Brian O'Halloran, who's a convenience store cashier in his early 20s and actively looking for the meaning of life in anything other than his job.
I hate this fucking place.
Randall, played by Jeff Anderson, works next door at a video store owned by Dante's boss, and his whole deal is that he's happy just floating through life, watching movies, and generally avoiding responsibility. We've all been there.
Hey, I'm a firm believer in the philosophy of a ruling class, especially since I rule.
The movie itself is a slice of life about the worst day of Dante's life, but it's also the day he learns a very important lesson. Life does not wait for you to catch up. So rather than complaining, you gotta cowboy up and make the change that you want to see. And how does Dante come to learn this lesson?
What would you get for a 6-year-old boy who chronically wets his bed?
You sell hubcaps for 72 Pinto hatchback?
Don't take this the wrong way, but, I used to fuck.
What? You're not even supposed to be here today.
What kind of convenience store do you run here?
Thanks.
The look and feel of this movie are definitely scrappy. The story is that Smith spent the last of his college fund to rent the equipment to shoot the movie and made it in an actual convenience store that he worked in. Ultimately, the movie is just a couple of guys talking, and I think that's what makes it work for me. The dialogue is so sharp and interesting that it does have a certain non-reality feel to it at times, and ultimately, I believe it makes the movie feel timeless.
Are either one of these any good?
I don't watch movies.
Not all of the humor holds up, as some of the jokes are better left off in the 90s, but the one thing that nobody ever seems to admit, but I believe we all feel, is that Quentin Tarantino was clearly a big inspiration for Kevin Smith in these early days, and it shows in the way that these characters are written to be tack sharp with their banter piercing through each scene. Very Travolta and Samuel L. Pulp Fiction vibes, you know what I mean?
Bunch of savages in this town.
Throughout the film, Dante is feeling down on himself for being in his mid-20s and still not having his life figured all the way out. He's just kind of droopy and lamenting while his girlfriend, customers, and his BFF Randall try to help him out of his slump. Between playing hockey on the roof, reunions with old high school friends, and enemies, and even a fine for selling cigarettes to minors, Dante learns that the problem is his refusal to disrupt the order of things in order to make himself happy. This line here sums it up.
My mother told me once that when I was 3 years old, my potty lid was closed, and instead of me lifting it, I shit my pants.
Lovely story.
The point is, I'm not the type of person who'll disrupt things just so I can shit comfortably.
So, what does he learn? See, Dante's girlfriend Veronica is in college and looking to make something of herself, and Randall is happy with his life being the way it is and doesn't have any delusions of success or happiness that Dante has. And of course, all of Dante's old peers are either successful or happy or both, while Dante is neither of those things. This leads Dante to the realization that change only comes if you change too, and that letting your situation in life define the moves that you make is the only way to guarantee that you'll never grow up. Well, that and insubordination rules.
No arguments here, insubordination rules.
At the end of the day, this film is a comforting and nostalgic coming-of-age tale that felt all too real to kids in the 90s and has grown to be a field guide for what not to do if you want to be a master of your own destiny.
You are a danger to both the dead and the living.
I like to think I'm a master of my own destiny.
Please get the hell out of here.
And as somebody who saw this movie at a very early age, I think it just affected me knowing that I'm not gonna have everything figured out right away. So I guess I just wasn't as surprised when it turned out that way.
I'm not even supposed to be here today!
Oh, fuck you! Fuck you, pal!
Well folks, that is the nostalgic comfort of Clerks, and hopefully in just under 5 minutes. This movie is a lesson in growing up the slow way, and teaches all of us that no matter how much we think life sucks, it doesn't change unless you change your mind.